Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome to Modern Warfare 3's The Haunting. The event went live today, the final season of Modern Warfare 3. We have basically 1 month between now and the launch of Black Ops 6, and Sledgehammer Games is going out with a bang, similar to how last year Infinity Ward went out with a bang with Modern Warfare 2 and their Haunting event. With today's update, we got a bunch of Halloween-themed stuff added to the game. Of course, the Haunting-themed Battle Pass, complete with Michael Myers and a bunch of Halloween content. I will say this does feel bad knowing that none of this stuff in this Battle Pass is going to carry over into Black Ops 6, so if you're somebody who did not purchase the previous Battle Passes, maybe you're considering this one, keep that in mind, though this stuff will carry over into Warzone, so that's something worth noting. It's just a little bit weird, like everything here will go into Warzone, but it won't go into Black Ops 6 because different game, different universe, despite the fact that they're all kind of combined via Warzone. I don't know, it's kind of weird. There's no other events happening as of right now, but Haunting-themed events will be happening over the course of the coming month. In just 7 days' time, on September 25th, we're going to be getting the Walking Dead Road to Terminus event, where you earn XP and then unlock Walking Dead themed rewards. October 2nd will mark the beginning of the Trick or Treat Candy Hunt event, where you collect candy in-game to unlock rewards. And then on October 9th, for the final week of the Haunting event, Sledgehammer Games is doing something called Modern Warfare 3 Rewind, which is going to be a very mysterious event. I'm not sure exactly what they have planned here. All they've given us is this teaser image right here, along with the text, "That's a wrap, folks. Take a walk down memory lane and complete challenges to earn rewards." Definitely pretty mysterious. When it comes to the Haunting event itself, the stuff they've added here so far has been incredible, though I will say I am an absolute sucker for Halloween themed content. Like, for example here, Ghost Ship. It's a version of Shipment. They had a whole bunch of versions of Shipment today, I think 5 in total, but this one here might actually be one of my favorite Shipment variants ever. It plays exactly like the current Shipment. I think it'd be better if it played like the old Shipment like we had in Call of Duty 4 or Call of Duty World War II, but what sets this version apart is the atmosphere and the theme, and I think they did a really good job because it's Shipment, right, but it's a ritual site, and it's also surrounded by a small town set, complete with a graveyard, creepy lights, jack-o'-lanterns, and the occasional wolf howl off in the distance. Just thematically, it's one of the best looking Shipments ever, so if you're looking to grind out your camo challenges or level up or whatever before the end of Modern Warfare 3's life cycle, there's 5 new Shipment variations to play with, and this one here is pretty freaking incredible. Of course, Infected is back, along with Horde Point, which is going to be played on the Vortex maps as well as the Halloween-themed maps. That's all fine and dandy. I mean, Horde Point is pretty fun. If anything, I kind of wish they would up the score limit a little bit. I played a couple of matches of it earlier today, and it's Hard Point, essentially, but with zombies and all that stuff running around, and the matches seemed to last like 3 or 4 minutes. Like, they went really quick, the couple of matches I got to play. Then, of course, Infected is Infected. If you like the game mode, you're going to like it here, especially considering we're getting close to Halloween, and we have all the Vortex maps and the Halloween-themed maps and things like that to play Infected on. Now, Drive-Thru. This is the big thing for me. This is one of the best maps I think they have ever put out. Now, in terms of gameplay, it's pretty fast. It honestly feels a lot like a Black Ops 6 map in terms of pace, but let me tell you, I'm not even talking about the gameplay right now because the atmosphere here is nothing short of incredible. On the outside, it just looks like a creepy clown restaurant, right? Sort of poking fun at McDonald's while also leaning into the whole creepy carnival vibe. But if you decide to stop sweating your ass off for a second and put your meta loadout down for a second to just take a walk around the map, you'll see that Sledgehammer Games put so much time and effort into making this Haunting map feel unique and special. The first and most obvious thing here would be the carousel. It's interactive, it's creepy, and it's something that's completely unique to this map, and it's a central focal point of how the map plays, and there may or may not be an Easter egg tied to it. Sledgehammer Games is being very cryptic on Twitter, talking about there's potential Easter eggs on this map, and whether or not they're talking about a zombies-themed Easter egg where you do a bunch of different things and activate something, or maybe a Nuketown-themed Easter egg where if you go through and you shoot the heads off all the mannequins, a song plays. I don't know exactly what they're talking about, but they're teasing the carousel. You have that white balloon next to the carousel, which is the only balloon on the entire map, and it's right there, and just, I don't know, it seems like there might possibly be an Easter egg involving the carousel, but that is just the beginning. If you take a walk around the map, you're going to note that we're nestled in a small town, and this restaurant is serving up a lot more than just smiles, because right next to the restaurant is the Motel 1961, and this is where a lot of the food that folks are eating comes from. Behind the motel, we see tons of missing persons posters, including that of a poor doggo, and if we venture over from there, we can enter the motel employee break room, where we find a couple of bodies along with a TV that is monitoring one of the hotel rooms. Getting close to the TV is going to trigger all the cell phones on the table to start buzzing, as the friends and loved ones of all the missing guests are still trying to figure out what exactly happened to them. If we head out of the break room, we find this dumpster, which is full of bloodied up clothes, which always makes this sound effect when we jump on it, But Sledgehammer didn't stop there. Here in the drive-thru area of the map, we can see the bodies from the TV footage in their motel room, and if we're really quiet, which is hard to do in this game because there's so many people running around all the time, but we can hear the butcher revving his chainsaw, sharpening his blades, and chopping up bodies. Going inside the restaurant, we can see that the fridge is certainly not at peak cleanliness, and if we go into spectator mode, someplace we're not even supposed to be able to see, we can note that next to the mystery meat carousel here is a container holding a hand and a foot. Over on this part of the map, we can see a giant moving truck filled to the brim with the luggage and belongings of the people who are being served up at the restaurant, complete with vibrating cell phones and even an Infinity Ward teddy bear Easter egg, which sort of implies that kids were not spared from Funny the Clown. There's a lot more to this map. Honestly, if you go around, it seems like the residents of this town are aware of what is happening at this restaurant. There's signs saying don't eat the meat, do not trust Funny, and if we spectate outside the map, we can even find a lovely little Sledgehammer Games reference at the baseball field. I mean, for crying out loud, there's an entire town here outside the map, which is just really creepy. Like, go into spectator mode and get down to the street and just kind of listen to the atmosphere and the ambience of the map. It's pretty freaking incredible, honestly. This map is so unique and clearly had a ton of thought and effort put into it by the art team. I will say it does not play the absolute best. This pun is completely unintentional, but I would classify this as a meat grinder map, which is the designation I place on most maps that are just designed for constant action, spawn, 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 kill, 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 taking damage as soon as you appear, having people spawn behind you, you spawning behind other people, you know. You guys know those maps, right? Maps like Shipment, maps like DOS House, maps like Shoot House, tiny maps for people to grind camos on. Sledgehammer knows their target audience. This is what apparently the vast majority of the COD player base wants, and that's fine. It's not my personal favorite way to play the game, but I will say I'm going to continue to play on this map because it's freaking incredible, and dare I say, it's right up there with Fog from Call of Duty Ghosts as one of the best Halloween-themed Call of Duty maps that we have ever seen. I highly recommend jumping into a private match, going into your settings, and turning on hardcore mode, getting rid of things like your compass, then of course turning your spectating option to free so you can fly around and just enjoy the atmosphere and try to figure out all the Easter eggs that this map has to offer. But moving along from that, right now the Haunting event does feel sort of limited because you can't really earn too much outside of the battle pass, but having the Haunting game modes in multiplayer and Warzone is great, and believe it or not, I'm actually looking forward to the mini events that we're going to be having coming up. Just like last year, the Haunting is a great event that bridges the gap between the end of the current game and the start of the next game, and overall I would say Sledgehammer Games has knocked it out of the park with this event, as they have knocked out pretty much everything in terms of post-launch support for Modern Warfare 3. I feel like they really raised the bar. I'll probably have a whole separate video on this, but I do feel like Sledgehammer Games raised the bar in terms of what post-launch content can be for a Call of Duty title, and I'm hoping that Treyarch is able to follow suit with Black Ops 6. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this video here today. Just want to give some initial thoughts and feedback on the Haunting event that just went live here today. I'm curious to hear what you guys think about it down there in the comments, so feel free to let me know. Thank you all so much for listening to this video, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.